many of us, young and middle age, go running to keep our bodies healthy. Some of us have been running since our high school and college days. Now, imagine lacing up your running shoes for the very first time at the age of 100. That's exactly what Julia Hawkins did. Known as Hurricane Hawkins, she shattered world records, defied expectations, and inspired generations with her boundless energy and wisdom. At 108, Julia's remarkable journey sadly came to an end on October 22, 2024. But her legacy reminds us all to focus on one thought that she always had: look for magic moments in your life. This centenarian sprinter proved it's never too late to chase greatness. Welcome to That's Life, I swear. This podcast is about life's happenings in this world that conjure up such words as intriguing, frightening, life-changing, inspiring, and more. I'm Rick Barron, your host. That said, here's the rest of this story. At the age of 108, legendary senior athlete Julia Hawkins passed away in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Known affectionately as Hurricane, she defied expectations by launching her own competitive running career after celebrating her centennial, going on to shatter world records in the 100-meter sprint. Her daughter, Margaret Battens, announced that Hawkins died at an assisted living facility. In a final act of contribution to science, Julia had arranged for her body to be donated to LSU's Pennington Biomedical Research Center for their studies on human longevity. Hawkins, a beloved figure in the track and field community, captivated audiences with her distinctive style, a determined shuffle down the track, arms swinging in a very gracious manner behind her. And of course, her signature accessory, a fresh flower adorning her ear. Her performances drew enthusiastic crowds and admirers who regularly sought her autograph, cementing her status as an inspiration to elderly athletes around the world. Miss Hawkins' remarkable journey into athletics began through family encouragement, specifically her son's initiative to enter her in her first competitive event. She said, "I was drawn to the idea of running at 100, she shared during a 2022 interview conducted for her future obituary, reflecting on her debut at the 2016 Louisiana Senior Olympic Games. Now, despite being a novice at track competitions, she demonstrated a very natural athletic skill. In her inaugural 50-meter 100-plus age sprint category, she clocked an impressive 19 seconds at the 2016 Games. While she stood alone in her centenarian age category, her achievement raised the issue of the lack of competition, as the National Senior Games Association recognized her as the oldest female athlete to ever participate in an official track competition in U.S. history. Her reputation extended beyond her athletic achievements. Fellow senior athletes admired her for her physical capabilities and her sharp sense of humor. Speaking about her historic first race with characteristic charm, she gave it some thought, and she said, the prospect of competing at 100 seemed intriguing, and indeed it was." This understated reflection exemplified the wit that made her very memorable off the track as she was on it. After a century of living, Julia's competitive running career had just begun. Her accomplishments included shattering multiple world records, notably in Birmingham, Alabama, where she completed the 100-meter dash in 39.62 seconds in 2017, representing the women over 100 category. Now, she continued to excel, and in 2021 at Hammond, Indiana, she achieved another milestone by finishing the same distance in 1 minute and 2.95 seconds in the over 105 age group, as documented by World Masters Athletics. Yes, this sounds like a long time to run that distance, but consider her age for Pete's sake. The Baton Rouge native's athletic skill wasn't limited to outdoor sprinting. According to USA Track and Field Masters, she established American records in several disciplines within the over 100 age bracket, including the indoor shot put and 60-meter dash, alongside her outdoor sprint achievements. Her unbelievable achievements generated organization change. The National Senior Games Association spokesperson, Del Moon, shared that they created a new 105-plus age category to accommodate her groundbreaking 2021 world record in Indiana. This addition to their classification system is a testament to her exceptional athletic career that began after a century of life. Think about that. According to Mr. Moon, Miss Hawkins became a symbol of possibility, particularly among senior athletes, demonstrating that age doesn't limit achievement. Moon said she's given a gift to us all with her athletic skills and profound wisdom. Her growing success on the track attracted increasing media attention, with journalists regularly seeking her insights. She responded consistently when faced with the recurring question about her longevity secret. As she explained to the New York Times, the key was matrimony. Find yourself a good husband, and life becomes wonderful, wondrous, and that was the title of her book. Her writing achievements paralleled her athletic ones. Over 3 decades, she took copious notes in handwriting her life story, culminating in a self-published book titled It's Been Wondrous. Released in 2016, the book covers the remarkable life of Julia Wells Hawkins, beginning with her family's journey from Chicago to Louisiana and their new start. Her life unfolds in the book against the backdrop of wartime challenges, her brother's imprisonment in a German concentration camp, and her fiancé's survival of Pearl Harbor. Julia's story recounts dramatic moments like a devastating fire, teaching adventures in Honduras, and even a telephone wedding, raising 4 children in a creative, nature-filled household. Julia embraced family games, storytelling, and outdoor exploration. The book is also illustrated with over 200 vivid photographs that bring her extraordinary journey to life. Born February 10, 1916, in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, Julia Wells entered the world as the middle child of Julius and Margaret Wells. Her path to love began during her college years at Louisiana State University, where she pursued an education degree. The Episcopal Church hosted a gathering that would change her life forever. It was there, on her very first day as a university student, that she encountered Murray Hawkins. She often recalled the moment with certainty. She said, "The instant I laid eyes on him, I recognized he was my future." Her love story with Murray endured for over 70 years. How many people do you know can say that today? Now, their relationship took an unexpected turn during World War II. Murray was serving as a civilian physicist at Pearl Harbor when the Japanese attacked on December 7, 1941. After receiving his officer's commission, circumstances led to a very unconventional wedding. They exchanged vows over telephone lines on November 29, 1942. She revealed his motivation in her memory. "He worried I might not stand the wait for his return." Their union flourished into a family of 6, with 2 sons and 2 daughters, and spanned an impressive 7 decades. Murray built a distinguished career at LSU, leading the petroleum engineering department before retirement. Their partnership endured until 2013, when Murray passed away, as confirmed by her daughter Margaret. Miss Hawkins' legacy lives on through her surviving family: daughters Julia Battle and Margaret Mattins, sons Warren Hawkins and Murray Hawkins III, and sister Mickey McCall, 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Conversations with Miss Hawkins inevitably circled back to her beloved Murray. Whether she was discussing her dedication to running, her passion for cultivating bonsai, or her love for literature, she would always emphasize the importance of meaningful pursuits. and the joy of their shared life together. Now, their partnership was defined by very simple wonders, whether observing hummingbirds in flight, watching the dawn break across the horizon, or losing themselves in thought-provoking literature. These cherished experiences earned a very special designation in her vocabulary. She called them her magic moments, a phrase that captured the enchantment she found in life's simple pleasures. We should all do that. Life for Miss Hawkins was an adventure filled with constant activity. Beyond raising her children, she embraced unique opportunities, including a year-long teaching position in Honduras in 1940, instructing the children of fruit company workers. Her athletic pursuits began long before her centenarian sprint records. She took up competitive cycling when she reached her 80s. Again, it's never too late. Her home was a classic assortment of many items. She had everything from housing an eccentric collection of creatures that included everything from an exotic monkey to an alligator, complemented by an armadillo, various turtles, snakes, and rabbits. As her daughter Margaret reminisced, our outdoor space was central to our daily life. Tommy Campbell, a neighbor who knew Hawkins his entire life, and who even coached her and drove her to some national meets, had this to say about Julia. She had a very active mind. She had the experience that only age can bring, wisdom. She was very compassionate about people and very thoughtful. She was a lot of things that made her add up to her being able to do so much at her age, when most people long ago would be on a walker or deceased. Perhaps most remarkable, Miss Hawkins discovered a new source of magic on the running track during her second century of life. Think about that. Second century of life. Describing the very exciting sensation of racing, she captured the essence of her late life passion. She stated, something transformative happens out there. It's as if your feet became airborne. These moments on the track brought her a depth of joy that seemed to compress a lifetime of wonder that guided her into her final decade. We should all take a lesson from her about living life to the fullest and never saying it's too late. So what can we learn from this story? What's the takeaway? Julia was a very remarkable athlete and just a very sweet woman. She was very inspirational to her community and also to the world as an athlete, but also as a human being. She inspired millions with her determination to compete and excel, regardless of her age. Julia demonstrated to us that it's never too late to take on something new and believe in yourself. Well, there you go, my friends. That's life, I swear. For further information regarding the material covered in this episode, I invite you to visit my website, which you can find on Apple Podcasts for show notes and the episode transcript. As always, I thank you for the privilege of you listening and your interest. Be sure to subscribe here or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. And we'll talk to you soon.